Today, we've travelled to London to 3D Print UK to talk with Nick and find out why he's invested in 8 HP 3D printers from Matsuura. So Nick, 3D Print UK, where did it all start?
So starting about 2011 with just the main goal was to make stuff. I didn't have a concrete direction of what we're going, and I don't think much of the industry did either. By about 2013, manufacture was where I set my heart on. Meanwhile, everyone else was creating these sort of arty sculptures and the violin and all that kind of stuff, and I was into pictures and fittings, some really boring things. But if you're into manufacturing and understand about minimum order values and tooling costs and all that kind of stuff, and realize what the benefits of additive are, that is exciting, no matter how boring a fixture fitting may be. I mean, primarily we supply engineering firms, generally SME areas, and these customers are the kind of people who produce 200 to 300 up to 1,000 products a year. But in that area, that is where it is not viable to tool up injection molding machines for the production of their individual components. So what we do is we bridge this gap where previously you couldn't viably manufacture a product. Now, without the tooling costs and the relatively low cost of additive, you now have the ability to produce these products within a price that you can sell them for. Got a project in the Friday night at about 5 o'clock, and I'd already made all the builds, and they were like, oh, we need 200 clips, about that big, and we need it for early next week. And I was like, see if I can fit that in the build. Nested them all in around the already made build, and the customer said, how much is that going to be? Expecting to be sort of £10 a clip. And I was like, well, I've already made the build, £1 per clip, that is. And they're like, oh, wow, brilliant. And we printed them over the weekend, got them shipped out on Monday, arrived on Tuesday, and that customer then became a very regular customer. I thought, you know what, this is much more end-use application than the industry thinks it is. And bearing in mind, this is 2013, 2014, when people thought it just made trinkets and knickknacks and stuff like that. So yeah, we then literally flipped the business model on its head. Rather than trying to charge like high value projects in low volumes, we tried to do low value products in high volumes. So yeah, we changed our pricing. We brought our minimum part cost down to 50p. It used to be £10, so it was 20 times cheaper than it used to be. And then we had this flow of orders coming in. And then we realized, like, this is production. And from that moment, everything changed.
Now, as you said, you've got quite a few HP machines from Matsuura. So why did you take the decision to go with this type of 3D printer?
So we initially started with SLS. We built up quite a few SLS machines, and we had very frequent requests from our customers saying that they were interested in HP parts and they were using other service providers for this. We had initially tested the very first model of the HP 42 series. We didn't feel it quite stacked up to what we could produce on the SLS machines. So we waited, and we waited until 2020 when they released the 52 series. 52 series ticked all the boxes that the 42 series didn't for us.
So with all these machines you bought from Matsuura, what's the service and support been like from actually Matsuura?
Matsuura have been fantastic. So in the early days, we had quite a few problems when we were launching, so teething issues, etc. But Matsuura really took us under their wing. They helped us with our excess capacity that we weren't able to fulfill if we had a machine down. We don't have that problem so much anymore because we've got a large number of machines. One machine down out of 8 doesn't make too much of a difference, but when you had one down, they stepped in, they helped us out. They would be there for us if we had any queries, any mechanical issues, any software issues. They were great.
And what types of parts are you doing on these machines, and the quantity you can print in, say, one go?
There is no specific type of part that we make. If you were to narrow it down, I would say that we do medium to low volume in terms of mass manufacture terms, but very high volume for 3D printing terms. So this is the high hundreds, low thousands, up to 10,000.
And how many parts can you actually print in one go? Obviously, depending on the size, because obviously all 3D printers have got different size tables. So
very much a how long is a piece of string thing. On average, every night we print between 3,500 and 6,000 parts across all of our machines. Though across the HPs is about 50% of that. But we can fit up to 2,000 or 3,000 parts on a single HP if they are small parts. So you can get injection mold capacity across these machines. As an industry, I think that more and more products are being manufactured via additive these days. This is an area that I think we're only at the tip of the iceberg in terms of growth, and I feel there's a huge, huge future in this.